Because we also.
I mean, really, I don't have to be saying anything right now,
no,
but I made.
But we also hold police accountable for what they do.
Yeah, well, we would hope, but there are times that.
Limit.
You weren't.
Oh,
And
how fast was I going?
you were going over 60.
And do you have proof of that?
I have a speed estimate based on my
A
experience.
speed estimate,
Yep.
right? And you have no proof.
Well, first of all, here.
No, but listen.
I want your IDs, please.
But what did I do for you to ask for my
You
ID?
gotta commit a crime.
I'm
not, because you already came with some bullshit. Call your supervisor.
Your vehicle is expired.
Man, so what? It could be expired for 20,000 years. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
In a society where individual freedoms are protected, do we truly understand our rights? The videos below take you into intense, real-life encounters where citizens stand up for their rights when confronted by law enforcement. These moments aren't just lessons in public accountability. They're powerful opportunities to expand our awareness of personal freedoms in a society where the rule of law comes first. Let's dive in together, gain a deeper understanding of our rights, and explore the boundaries of authority right now. In a just society, everyone, whether a citizen or law enforcement officer, must be held accountable for their actions.
Because we also.
I mean, really, I don't have to be saying anything right now,
no,
but I
you
made.
don't, but we also hold police accountable for what they do.
Yeah, well, we would hope, but there are times that.
In April 2017, in Lake Worth, Texas, an independent journalist recorded footage outside public facilities, including City Hall, the courthouse, and the local law enforcement headquarters. This act is protected under federal law, specifically the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which guarantees freedom of speech and freedom of the press. In Glick v. Cunniff, 655 F.3d 78, First Circuit, 2011, the court established a vital principle. Citizens have the right to record public officials, including law enforcement officers, while they are performing their duties in public, as long as it does not interfere with their lawful activities.
City of Lake Worth, City Hall and Police Facility. I am in Texas.
You. For me. Just getting content for a story. All right.
How are you today?
Hi.
Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just kind of curious about the camera.
It records.
I understand it records.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you're recording the buildings? Just out of curiosity?
I'm just gathering content for a story. It's my story.
I'm sorry?
My story.
Your story? If you're videoing me, you don't need to.
Well, I'm gonna video you just.
Oh, you are? Okay. It really doesn't make any difference to me, to be honest
Okay.
with you.
So.
But you don't want to say anything about what you're doing or anything like that?
No, not particularly.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. No.
Yeah, do you not have a business card? This is just on your own?
Yeah, I'm freelance.
Freelance? Okay. All right.
Why do I need a business card?
Or if you were some kind of business?
Freelance. I mean.
Freelance?
Well, this is. I mean, I can be here, right?
Yeah, this is public.
And I'm
property.
allowed to record here, right?
Yeah, this is public property. That's not a question.
Yeah,
But
so
with-
that's why I'm.
But with the way things are nowadays, when people start videotaping law enforcement agencies and things like that, we kind of wonder about that, why they're doing it, living today.
Okay.
So, and that's why I was asking.
All right.
Apparently there had been some concerns that were voiced to us, and so we were who you were and why you were doing it. So.
Okay.
So, and what is your name?
I don't feel like I've given you my name.
You don't feel like it?
No, but I'm just curious. You know, I understand. You know, that I hear that a lot.
Is that?
But I'm just wondering that.
Does that kind of thing not concern you?
Which part?
The
Concern
things
me.
that are going on.
This was a peaceful interaction between a citizen exercising the right to oversee public power and an officer responding with caution to being filmed. It illustrates that in a true democracy, filming public officials is not an act of defiance. It's a form of civic responsibility that promotes transparency and accountability. At the same time, a cautious reaction from law enforcement is understandable in an age where personal safety and information sensitivity are serious concerns.
It concerns me that I don't agree with anything that bad that happens, towards law enforcement. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I'm wondering how many times when those situations happen, do they actually come and recording? I mean, is there really a connection between the two?
Well, I'm sure there's some type of some kind of situation that happens where they do some kind of investigation. I'm sure there is. Wouldn't you?
But has there actually been a solid
And I guess
connection?
he's with you also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a solid connection between the two, like people that record?
I agree to say if I
Okay, well,
could
I just-
confirm or deny or anything like that. So probably, have you watched any of the news or anything like that?
Of course I watch the news.
Well, they probably, you've seen things like that where they've tied things together,
On the other side of, the police, that
like
things that are done to citizens that shouldn't be done, and that's
for example.
about like police brutality or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, those things are on the news too.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just.
And those officers that actually do those things, I believe they're dealt with.
Of course. Well, one would hope.
Yeah. Oh, they are. They are.
Anyway, what I do is called like police accountability. Police accountability, because I think that there is a problem with accountability amongst law enforcement.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and really, if that's what your concern was to start with, all you had to do is tell us that. I mean,
Really, I don't have to be saying anything right now,
no,
but I
you
made.
don't, but we also hold police accountable for what they do.
Yeah, well, we would hope, but there are times that is not the
Well,
case.
Pretty adamant about making sure that if there's something that goes on and we learn of it, that people are held accountable. We want to make sure of that, but we also want to make sure that our people are safe.
Yeah, I'm not a threat to anything to do with,
And that's why with you filming, that's why I can't
You're
out here
afraid.
to say, hey, on and things like that. So, but yeah, as far as accountability, we absolutely believe in that. In the same hand, we also want to make sure that our people are safe.
Oh yeah, and I am not a threat to anybody at all. So
Yeah, we don't say that anybody is actually a threat unless we know it. We also want to make sure of what's going on.
okay.
So we just we do our best to play both ends accountable, and one will protect it.
All right.
Okay? All right. So you have a good day.
Great
day, guys.
You too. I didn't get y'all's name.
Oh, you need my name? Yeah.
What was that other deputy that was outside? He was from Florence.
Oh, he's not from this office? Where'd you say he's
not
from?
my division.
Which division is that?
Is it right on the card?
Warrant
Warrant?
division?
Where's that?
Well,
in
it's
this building.
It's still in this, like, okay.
I'm sorry?
An open records form?
This isn't the records division. You have
It's
to go
downtown.
downtown for open.
Is there a phone number?
817, it's on the bottom of that card.
Okay.
Records. Okay.
Yeah, you can have.
I'll just take this one. So just call this number here?
The one that says record, where it says record.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. All right, thank you.
This seemingly simple moment reminds us that a strong democracy is built when both citizens and public officials understand, respect, and uphold their rights and responsibilities, grounded in the law and carried out in the spirit of dialogue. If you believe the officer's decision to issue a citation lacks reasonable grounds, you have every right to use this video as evidence in your complaint.
Limit.
You weren't.
Oh,
And
how fast was I going?
You were going over 60.
And do you have proof of that?
I have a speed estimate based on my
A
experience.
speed estimate,
Yep.
right? And you have no proof.
On October 16, 2023 in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, an officer with the Lethbridge Police Service stopped a vehicle, alleging that the exhaust was excessively loud and that the driver had run a yellow light. Under Alberta's Traffic Safety Act, officers are authorized to stop vehicles if they observe signs of a violation, such as failing to obey traffic signals or producing unlawful noise levels. According to the Vehicle Equipment Regulation, Alta Reg 122/2009, Section 61(1), an exhaust system must not generate excessive or unusual noise. Regarding the yellow light, under the use of Highway and Rules of the Road Regulation, Alta Reg 304/2002, Section 44.2. A driver may proceed through an intersection when the light turns yellow if stopping safely isn't possible. Therefore, the driver's argument holds weight if stopping at that moment would have created a safety hazard.
Roll your window down so I can talk to you.
We're currently talking, buddy.
Okay. Is there some concern?
Yeah, you guys have assaulted me way too many fucking times. You guys have pulled bullshit in the court. You guys have lied in court. You guys have got me assaulted, like everything, man. Just fuck, and I do not want anything to do with it. I'm leaving this city very soon, so you guys won't ever have to deal with me anymore.
Okay. I can certainly allow you, if you want to drive to the parking lot of the police station, we can...
No, I'm fine right here, man. I got my phone, I'm recording you.
Okay.
So,
Have we ever met before, Rob, is it?
you probably met me thousands. Every cop in the city knows my name. You guys literally are at my door every single day harassing me and to piss me off. You guys falsely lie in court, everything. Like, I do not want anything to do with you guys. You guys are absolute bull.
Stephen, we've never met.
I know that we probably have, because every single cop in the city has something against me.
Okay. Quite anxious?
Yeah, I am. I'm very anxious because I don't want to get assaulted again.
Okay. Well, I'm not here to hurt you.
Well, you guys already have. You guys have dislocated and broken vertebrae in my neck and my back. You guys could have paralyzed me, and those are still on the street.
That's okay. I appreciate you may have had a bad interaction, but that's...
So many.
Okay. The reason that I stopped you, Stephen, I noticed a couple of things. Your vehicle is very, very loud.
Yep.
The exhaust is loud. Third Avenue at a high rate of speed.
I was doing the speed limit.
And you went through an orange light. You were late on a red.
You're allowed to go through an orange light. I'm confused on what that's supposed to... I was going the speed limit. It changed as I was going through it, and I rushed through it because I didn't want to have to slam on my brakes.
So the actual law is you can be charged for failing to stop for an orange light. You're supposed to stop for orange.
When you're halfway through it already, how are you supposed to stop? If you want me to stop in the middle of the intersection?
I'm not going to debate the laws. I had nothing to do with their creation. Okay.
If it turns yellow, you have to stop in the middle of the intersection.
Okay, but you were cutting me off and not allowing me to finish. I know you're upset. I'll tell you what, Stephen, I'll give you a few minutes because you're a little bit elevated. And so I'll give you a few minutes just to kind of reset and maybe we can approach this thing. And I'm not looking to give you a hard time at all here and help. And, you know, I don't like talking to people when they're elevated, right? I know you're upset about something. It's nothing to do with me.
It actually has everything to do with you.
Take a breath, okay?
You know, man, this...
The driver made a smart move by recording the entire conversation with the officer. This not only protected their personal rights, but also reinforced the citizens' right to hold law enforcement accountable. Capturing video serves as a clear record, especially valuable if a dispute arises later on. Throughout the exchange, the driver challenged the claims about noise and speed. Notably, the officer admitted to making only an estimation of the vehicle's speed without providing concrete proof, raising concerns about whether there were reasonable grounds for the stop.
Stephen, how are we doing?
Would be doing fine if you would just leave me alone.
Okay. Sought you out somehow?
Yeah, definitely. I know that you are lying and you know my license plate. You guys know my car. Every single time you guys come by, you're complaining, oh, it's too loud, it's too loud. You guys know it is 100% legal to not have a muffler here in Alberta. That's completely legal. It also was decibel tested by a shop. It was decibel tested by a shop and put on by a shop, not by me.
Do you have any documentation for that?
I have lots, but it's not with me.
And
so if you have a problem with it, you guys can go talk to the shop that put it on.
Hey, I'm trying to meet you halfway, but you're
Look, I have already had so many bad experiences, and I know that you're going to f me over some way over this, so let's get it over so I can continue with my day. Oh, and you it up. I have shit I need to do today.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Well, then why are you here bugging me for going through a yellow light when I could have got T-boned if I just stopped there?
Do you need to slow down?
Slow down? I was going the speed limit.
You weren't.
Oh, how fast was I going?
You were going over 60.
And do you have proof of that?
I have a speed estimate based on my experience.
A speed estimate, right? And you have no proof because I know for a fact that I was in third gear going more than 60 because I have a standard. So I know how that works. Okay. So I know you're lying.
Okay, I'm going to issue a violation ticket, Stephen, for failing to maintain your vehicle. The tail light is not working.
Right, yeah.
And I also want to caution you in terms of speeding and lights. You need to slow down, especially with winter coming, okay? Give me a few moments here, okay? I'll be right back.
Documenting the interaction not only safeguards individual rights, but can also expose a lack of legal justification, particularly when allegations are unsupported by solid evidence. Understanding your rights is essential, especially when it comes to situations involving your personal freedoms.
Well, first of all, here.
No, but listen,
I want your IDs, please.
But what did I do for you to ask for my ID?
In July 2021 in Coalinga, California, 2 citizens were filming outside a building believed to be the Coalinga Police Department headquarters when they were approached by 3 officers and asked to show identification. Under the 4th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, citizens are protected against unreasonable searches and seizures. This means law enforcement cannot detain or search someone without reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed. Demanding ID from these 2 individuals without providing a specific reason could potentially violate that right.
Did you guys go into the police department building right here?
Oh, if we were walking around there?
Like you said, someone went inside.
Inside? No, not inside. It wasn't us. Mm-mm. Yeah, no, we didn't go inside though. Mm-hmm. Yep. How's your night going? Good. Good. Yeah.
Do you mind leaving? We're a little busy.
What are you guys doing?
We can't say at the moment.
Just don't go
Can you-
inside.
Can you take off? We're busy right now.
What are you guys doing?
We can't say.
Good, but you're not parked right.
Can I help you guys out with anything?
No.
No.
Okay, because you guys are, so what's going on? What are you guys filming for?
Just filming.
Why are you guys filming? Just asking.
Just to film.
Filming just to film, right? Usually people film because, I want to see the sights, or I want to film the PD, or I want to... Give me an answer. You guys are adults.
We don't have to answer questions.
No, you don't, but I'm asking you. I'm just having a conversation with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are we being detained?
No, it's just like if I'm coming up to someone and asking them a question, right? I don't know why you're acting strange. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
But we weren't doing anything though. Hi.
Because you gotta understand it's like odd behavior
so
when people walk around with
You
cameras.
guys can record all you want.
You're
around
directive.
here.
We don't want
Loitering.
Yeah.
So this guy's acting weird. I'm just asking him a question. He's like,
Yeah, that's
am I being
cool.
detained? I'm like, dude, I'm just asking you a question. Like, yo, officer, what are you doing here?
Well, first of all, here.
No, but listen.
I want your IDs, please.
Yeah.
But what did I do for you to ask for my ID?
The First Amendment also protects a citizen's right to record public officials, including law enforcement, while they are performing their duties in public spaces. Any action meant to interfere with or intentionally disrupt this recording, especially without lawful justification, may be a violation of that right. So what purpose does it serve when an officer shines a flashlight directly at a citizen's camera, if not to hinder the act of recording?
Want to commit a crime?
You're doing suspicious behavior.
Yes.
You gotta call for suspicious behavior.
What's your name and badge number?
Yeah.
Well, you can
So
see
you
it
like back
right
row 'cause
here.
you're like a little too close.
Hey.
No, see, I can get right here. I'm trying to intimidate you, but you're
from the
But
police
this is going on for recording. No, relax.
So the reason why I'm here is because you
That's
guys are doing
fine. I'm
suspicious
glad that
behavior.
you are.
From if someone starts recording and someone calls you
But it's
suspicious
different being in a home because that's private and this is public.
Right, but it's still
Right?
suspicious behavior. Right? And then we're asking you questions, and then you guys are like giving us weird answers.
Well, see, the thing is, I have an issue with you guys coming in. I do.
Why?
But we're not even trying to go inside though.
No,
That's
she
the
said you went
thing.
inside. She has video.
We
Yeah?
went inside. I would love to
Show
see
us
that
the
video. Because nobody went
Show us the
inside.
video.
Because he's sweating?
Oh, so we didn't go on.
So because he's sweating is suspicious. But we were just walking right here, just
Do you
recording.
understand? You're walking around with the cameras
turn the
and their flashlights
camera
on.
off?
No.
At least the light off.
Of course,
At least turn the light
No, no,
off.
so I'm in a
You don't see a light on.
No,
my
I'm
camera.
not trying to ignore you. I'm just.
I could do
if
the
you
same
drove by,
thing
right,
and do this
12 o'clock
all
at
day
night,
long,
wouldn't you
right?
think that it was strange?
I've
I'm
actually
just
seen
having a
people.
conversation.
That'd be violating my
Wouldn't you
rights.
think that
though.
was strange?
Why?
Well, you're not doing nothing wrong. I mean, I would understand if you were to be suspicious if I was actually doing what he's saying. That I walked in, walked out, you know,
I'm
but.
just trying to level with
Do
you.
you guys have a supervisor though?
Hold on, so listen to your point.
Higher than you?
So
there's
if
obviously something
you
wrong.
yourself,
guys
you
know
drove
the
by,
first
right, and
amendment?
you saw two people walking
You
by
guys were in
at
the
12:30
city
at
of
night with a
is it
camera
Coalinga?
on.
I don't know. Are you?
Now it's 1
We're in the
o'clock,
city of
almost 1
Coalinga.
o'clock. That's all we're saying.
asking you. We're trying to see what you were doing.
Yeah, and that's what we said. We were just walking and just recording, you know?
So it's like I was telling you, right? Let's say you were driving by and you saw someone at 1 o'clock with 2 cameras.
Is that against the law?
You gotta admit that that's suspicious.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're not trying to walk in or nothing, you know what I mean? We're over here trying to mind our own business, so.
And I had the right. We're not saying you're doing anything wrong. We're saying that if you were to see that yourself, you would be like, what the heck? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. What are these guys doing with walking around with cameras, you know? And that's the only reason why we're talking to you.
Why are you trying to blind my flashlight?
Well, because you guys are shining lights in our face.
Talk to me real quick. Talk to me.
Citizens have the right to protect themselves from unlawful stops or ID checks. This is a core safeguard under the Fourth Amendment. Law enforcement must have a clear and legal reason to request identification, typically based on specific suspicion of illegal activity. Without such grounds, citizens are within their rights to decline and ask for an explanation. Knowing your rights is key to defending your personal freedom and preventing abuse of authority.
Okay, so watch. So now, and answer yes or no.
No, first of all, we don't have to answer though.
But I'm having a conversation with you. I'm asking you a question. Now,
we're not being detained, right?
So, okay, so you got the cow. Okay, I'm asking you a question as a person. Get anything? If you were driving by, right, at 1 o'clock at night, and you saw 2 people walking around, and she already answered the question. And you walked and you drove by and you saw 2 people with cameras and flashlights on at 1 o'clock in the morning, you wouldn't think that that was out of the ordinary? And just yes or no.
Is it against the law though?
I'm not saying it's against the law. I'm just saying answer yes or no.
I'd rather not answer.
Okay, thank you. Say now you're BSing.
But it's my turn. No. It's not against the law though, right?
No, it's not against the law, but just answer the question then. Wouldn't you think that was weird? Yes or no?
I'd rather not answer.
But you're getting this on camera, so everyone that's sitting here listening to me talk while you're filming it,
that's fine.
They understand. 1 o'clock.
But they also know that it's not against the law.
Let me finish. And it has nothing to do with the law.
It does.
Listen to me. You're not in trouble. There's nothing against the law. Let me finish real quick.
Oh, we also seen a little.
I'm not saying it's against the law. So get that out of your head. I'm saying that if you yourself were to drive by and see around at 1 o'clock in the morning, you gotta come on, man. You gotta admit that's how.
But I mean, are they doing anything wrong?
It's not about that. I'm not.
We have to check it out.
So wrong or not, you're not listening to me. It's not wrong. It's not against the law. Wouldn't you think that was kind of out of the ordinary? And it's not wrong. It's not against the law.
This in front of their house, and they were upset that you guys were out here making a loud noise with your lights and your video.
We're not filming their house though.
Okay, but we're not talking about the law. We're not talking about saying that you wouldn't you think it was weird? She already answered the question as a person. Wouldn't you think that it was strange at 1 o'clock in the morning? All we're saying.
It's just sad. Like, what are you guys trying to do?
Can I get your guys' name and badge numbers real quick?
No, nobody wants you to do nothing bad. No.
Okay, talk to me.
I'm talking to you.
Why should I answer you if you're not going to answer me?
I have to.
Okay, then you don't have to either. That's all I'm saying. So don't ask me for something when you can't.
Can I get your guys' name and badge numbers?
Okay, but why are you asking this when we asked you a question you couldn't answer?
Because you guys engaged with me.
We're trying to have a conversation with you.
Weird?
Yeah, we're trying to have a conversation with you.
Because I don't answer questions, I'm acting weird?
That's strange.
Anything we say could be used against us, isn't that right?
Get out of here. You're not in trouble for anything. I don't know why you're acting weird. You're acting like a robot right now. Nobody, right?
No name and badge numbers?
You're not in trouble. So why are you acting funny?
It's right here.
Yeah, it's right there.
His badge number.
But it's not right here and not right there. You actually have a name.
Okay, but what kind of conversation is
you're like a person.
So I'd rather talk to her than talk to you.
My name's provided right here.
Hold on.
My badge number is 1459.
I would rather talk to her than this guy right here. Because this guy, he's asking questions but won't answer a question. I'm having a conversation, and it's actually a pleasure talking with her. Whereas with you, I don't know, you're acting, it's not against the law. We're not even talking about the law. We're just talking about behavior.
But you guys are supposed to uphold and defend the Constitution, man.
Right now, there's nothing to uphold right now. We're just having a conversation with you. We're just having a conversation with you. That's it. Yeah. It was a pleasure talking to you, man.
Don't flash your flashlight.
Now, may I have your name and badge number?
Is that against the law if we do?
Yes.
Yeah, you can damage them.
You know, the pleasure of my West certainly.
Can you
Officer
state
Travis
the
Johnson.
And then
Of
also,
course, man.
Don't give directives.
So my name is Officer Travis Johnson. My badge number is 1562. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank
Not
you.
you, don't think.
It's all right. I still got it though.
I don't want to talk to you. Thank you for talking to you, and thank you for treating me with respect. And I will treat you with just the same respect.
You have a good
You
night.
have a nice night. And carry on.
You have a nice night too, man.
Hey, listen, don't talk to me.
Oh.
Stickers.
I'll give you a sticker.
Yeah, I'll take it. The sticker goes for my son. That's why. That sticker goes for my son.
That's messed
Thank you.
All I want to do is talk to you. You started acting strange. Human beings, let's just talk.
When you truly understand your rights, you're not just protecting yourself, you're helping uphold justice and fairness for everyone. So, are you ready to stand up for your rights when the moment comes? Knowing your rights is important, but it doesn't mean you should always use them as a shield without considering the situation.
I'm not, because you already came with some. Call your supervisor.
So your vehicle is expired.
Man, so what? It could be expired for 20,000 years. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
In July 2024, a driver was asked by law enforcement to present their driver's license and vehicle documents due to an expired license plate. However, the driver refused, claiming they had committed no violation and demanded the officer explain the reason for the detention. Still, the officer maintained that the request for identification was lawful. Under the Fourth Amendment, police officers are permitted to request a driver's license when there is reasonable suspicion of a traffic violation. While a citizen can refuse to provide ID in the absence of legal cause, such a request becomes lawful when there is a valid basis for the stop.
Right? What I know I'm saying, where have I broke the law? Yeah, I know it's cool, but I'm asking him, where have I broke the law at? Why is your lights on, first of all?
It means you're detained.
No, I'm not. I'm not detained. There's not an emergency.
Do you have your driver's license on you?
Sorry?
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do, but I'm not giving it to you.
I need to see it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
no,
do.
you don't. Why?
Because then we can get this.
No, we don't. Why are you bothering me? First of all, I haven't broke the law. There's not an emergency. You have your lights on. That's a felony for y'all. Say whatever, dude, because I ain't did shit. So what? So what? That ain't so what? I'm not
If you're not going to show me your driver's license,
I don't have to. I haven't broke
then
the
I have
law.
no other way to identify you.
You don't have to identify me. I haven't broke the law. What violation? What violation?
Well, first of all, your registration appears to be expired.
Man, that's not a moving violation, dude. You don't even know the law, and you're out here. You're practicing the law, and you don't. You're out here. You're practicing the law, and you don't even know it. Citizen at that. First of all, I'm not a criminal. You racial profile me. First of all, license plates. That's nonsense, dude. I know the law. You go call your supervisor. That's what you do. Call your supervisor. I'm not even about to play with you. Call your supervisor.
Are you gonna let me speak? Or
no, I'm not. I'm not, because you already came with some bull. Man, so what? It could be expired for 20,000 years. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You on some bull. You know it. So call your supervisor. I'm not about to play with you. I know the law. You know what I'm saying? Period. Flat out. Because there's no way you should have came over me. I seen you first sitting in the thing, and I came in, and you didn't leave. You just come with somebody. So, dude, I don't care.
Now, so
it don't matter.
You can hopefully cool off. So
I'm not pissed. I'm just upset because I haven't broke the law, and you still have your emergency lights on, which is a felony for you. You're not investigating. It wasn't no emergency. What's your emergency?
After the driver repeatedly refused to show their license despite multiple requests, the officer instructed them to sit down for further investigation. When the driver continued to be uncooperative, they were handcuffed and temporarily detained. According to the law, if the traffic stop is lawful, such as for an expired plate, the officer has the authority to request documents and take necessary steps to verify identity. Citizens can assert their rights, but outright refusal in such a situation may lawfully lead to enforcement actions.
So I can explain to you how this can go, and I can explain to you how it's going to go if you're going to continue down the route you're going.
Just get your supervisor for me. That's all.
Sir,
I already have a lawsuit in. Just another one. Go ahead, dude. Get your supervisor.
Registration. It's not the end of the world.
I know it's not. You have to have a moving violation. What's your probable cause?
So if you're going to let me
first of all?
speak, but so far you've been cutting me off. I'm trying to bring it down from a 10 to about a 5 so we can actually have a good conversation
I'm
here.
saying you could have been gone. You could have said, "Hey, your place is expiring." You could have been bounced. No, you don't. You don't have to identify me.
First.
No,
so far
you
you haven't
don't.
produced
There's no crime
If
committed.
you want to show me a driver's license, we can get this wrapped up and get you out of here real
No,
quick.
I don't. I ain't got to show you.
Me.
No, I don't.
Then the only way we can identify you is to take you down to the jail.
No, okay. Well, you going
Is that the route you want to go?
If that's the case, y'all going. I'm gonna have 2 cases in the thing, so it don't matter.
Your other case about?
It's none of your business.
Well, you just told me you had one. So.
Well, I do have one. So you don't know the law. So you keep on. Come on, do what you want to do.
Does that make sense? What I just explained to you?
No, it don't. I know the law, and you don't know the law. So apparently, you know what I'm saying, you on some bullshit. So call your supervisor. That's all I want to do. Just call your supervisor. I don't even want to talk to you anymore. I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
I am the supervisor right now.
Well, you call the shift commander. You call the shift commander.
That's me.
Over you. It's somebody over you.
I'm the one that's here right now.
No, dude. Just Call the captain.
Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense though? If you want to just be honest with me,
I'm
let me
honest.
know.
I told you I have license. I do have license.
I
I
need to
have
see
all
it.
that. You don't need to for what?
Do you want to give me your name and then I can look it up and see if you have a license?
For what?
Once I verify
You just ran the plates?
That's your vehicle. So you're the driver. You're in possession of this vehicle. I need to identify who you are first, and then we can all get out of here.
Why you want to identify me?
So if you don't have your license with you, I'm not going to make a big
That,
thing
I know
out
it
of
don't
that.
matter. It
But
don't
you gotta
matter.
give me
I
your,
do have like no, I don't have to. See, that's another thing. Dude,
and
no.
at that point, we
no,
can just clear this up.
No.
Would you rather do that if you don't want to physically show it to me because you don't have it on you?
I have it on me. I have it on me. I know you want some shit. That's why I'm not giving it to you.
All right, sir. You're making this pretty complicated.
No, I'm not. You made it complicated. You could have just came and said, "Hey, your plate's expired and bounced." Cool. Okay. But it's not.
Do you have your registration on you? Can I see that?
Man, you can't see nothing. You can't see nothing. I have all that. You can't see nothing. This not a traffic stop. You're messing with me for nothing. First of all, what's your probable cause?
Because you pulled in right behind me.
I put in the coming park, and then you sat right there, and another car came out. Then you sat over there for a minute, and you see me come get my stuff out. You wanted to come investigate to see who the f***'s over here. I know. Yeah, investigating what? What are you investigating?
Do you want to just sit here and talk all day, or do you want to get this wrapped up?
No.
I need you to stay out of the car, though.
Sitting down, dude. I'm just sitting
Come
down.
over here.
For what?
I'm not going to tell you again. Have a seat on the curb over here.
For what? You gonna call the supervisor,
Sir,
dude. You're not.
I'd prefer not to have to put my hands on you.
You ain't gonna. You don't have to. For what? Why you want?
You are not complying with my lawful commands. Okay?
What is your lawful command? Why? What's
Have a seat on the curb. Okay. I'm trying to investigate something.
What is you
I've
trying to
told
investigate?
you not to go back in the car multiple times. Have a seat
Okay,
right over
I ain't
here.
about to sit down, motherfucker. I ain't got no warrants or nothing. I ain't got to sit down. I ain't got to do none of that. And I don't have to give you my license. It's got a fucking ass. Nice, dude. So what? I went. Okay, you ain't got to let me go, dude.
Relax.
I'm
We're putting you in
relaxed.
cuffs right now. You're
For
being
what?
detained. You're not under arrest.
I
okay?
know.
Without a clear understanding of the law, standing your ground too firmly might actually make things worse. Sometimes staying calm and cooperating first, then asserting your rights afterward, is the smarter and safer way to avoid unnecessary trouble. In conclusion, the situations shown in these videos highlight an important message. Citizens' rights must be protected and respected, but it's equally essential to approach interactions with law enforcement with understanding and reasonable behavior. Filming and asking for justification when being asked to show ID are part of your legal right to oversee public officials. However, appropriate cooperation, when there is a lawful reason, can help escalate tension and protect your rights more effectively. To build a fair and progressive society, every citizen should be well informed about their rights and responsibilities. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so we can create a community where freedom and accountability are valued and upheld.